Hi, I'm Terry, and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I got this idea by seeing another card online that a friend of mine who's also a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, she made, and it kind of sparked this idea. So I thought, well, I'm going to pull out a few of my products, my Big Shot, and let's create together. I do know that I want my card base to be Whisper White, and I've cut it 8.5 by 5.5. I put it on my Simply Scored and scored it at the 4 1/4 mark, and there's my card base. Then the next thing I'm going to do is use my Big Shot and my Hearts frameless to cut out a couple of different sizes of hearts. So I'm going to start with this heart here. I'm going to lay it on some pretty in pink cardstock, just some scrap cardstock I had lying around. I have my platform on the very top. I have my standard cutting pad, my cardstock, my framelit, and then the top standard cutting pad. And then I'm going to run it through and die cut the heart. There we go. And then I am going to take my Big Shot again. I'm going to use some Raspberry Ripple and a medium-sized heart, and I'm going to die cut that next. There we go. And then I'm going to die cut one more heart. Let's see, put that one there, that one there. And in the hearts framelets, there's a teeny tiny little heart. So let's take that one. I'm going to bring back in my pretty in pink scrap. And I'm going to die cut the small heart out. All right, so I've got 3 hearts die cut and ready, but I'm not going to stop there because I really like the look of using my embossing folders to texturize anything that I die cut. I'm really onto a texturizing kick right now. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to bring in the Argyle embossing folder, and I'm going to emboss the largest heart. And then I'm going to bring in my Fancy Fan folder, and I'm going to emboss the medium-sized heart. Whoops. I guess it helps if you put the platform on. And I'm going to run that through next. And then the smallest one, I think I'll use my square lattice folder. And here's the square lattice folder for the tiny heart. And that will just add a lot of interest to my card front. So if you have embossing folders at home, that's what I would recommend you do, is use them to texturize anything that you have die cut. All right, and then I have also cut a strip of basic gray that I know will go across the front of my card, and I brought in my Perfect Polka Dots folder, and I'm going to emboss that with the polka dots. I want to make sure I put it inside the folder straight. There we go. And so that will again texturize my layer. And then I'm going to make a couple of stamped images. But for now, I am done with my Big Shot. All right, so here's my card base. And so the first thing I'm going to do is use some snail adhesive. There it is. And I'm going to attach the basic gray layer that I have embossed with my Perfect Polka Dots embossing folder. Like so. And then I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to put a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of my largest heart. And then I'm going to put one on the medium-sized heart. I'm going to layer it just on top of the large heart. And then I'm going to put one on the smallest heart. And I'll put it like so. Hopefully you can see all the different textures on this card. And then the last thing I want to do is use my Affection Collection stamp set to create a phrase for the front of the card. This Affection Collection stamp set is found in the holiday catalog, and it expires or retires on January 2nd. So if you are looking for a really funky stamp set, it's really neat. It's got a lot of images in it that are very different. I encourage that you to purchase it before it retires forever. I'm going to stamp the love using Raspberry Ripple, which is one of the colors of the cardstock. And then I'm going to punch it out using an oval punch. There we go. It's the 1 3/4 by 7/8 oval punch. I'm going to center the phrase and punch it out. I'll clean that when the video is over. And then there's a large oval, sort of a decorative stamp in the Affection Collection stamp set. And I'm going to use my Pretty in Pink ink. And stamp this down. There it is there. And then I have my wide oval, which is 2 inches by 1 3/8. The entire image does not fit in the oval, but that's okay. I'm happy with just having enough of it so I can see the edges. And then I am going to use my snail adhesive. Adhere the love phrase inside the large oval. And then I'm going to use a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals, one on either side, to add the phrase to my card front. And I'll stick it right there. Cute. This would make a great wedding card. It could be an anniversary card. It could be a birthday card for somebody very special, or it could be Valentine's Day card, whichever you prefer. For a complete listing of the supplies and the measurements for the cardstock, please visit my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. While on my blog, make sure you're a newsletter subscriber. I have a newsletter coming out next week that will show you some new products that are going to be available for purchase on January 3rd in the spring catalog. You can place an order for the supplies used to make this card. Also, don't forget the Affection Collection stamp set's going to be retiring. You can ask me a question, or you can just look through lots of other sample ideas. I'm Terry. I am Nuts About Stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.